hard as you are in your own business. Okay, you have to be the leader. You have to be the leader of change. And people learn through your leadership. So if you have employees and stuff, they see you slacking, and they don't see you pulling your weight, then guess what? They're not going to do it either. Right? So you lead by example.
Okay, time management. Process of planning and exercising cautious control of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. Time allocation. Active assigning various hours to one's day, week or year to particular activities, especially those falling within the categories of work and leisure. Planning per quarter. Every 90-day strategy.
All right, good. So the way I look at it, like, we have 4 quarters in a year, right? So right now we're in Q4, and we're going into Q1. And we know historically the markets tend to slow down Q1 and Q4 because the holidays, the snow, the ice, whatever the case is. But as investors, we were looking for deals at this time. Yep. Q4, Q1, you guys should be buying more transactions. Okay, because you want to get it ready for Q2 and Q3, because that's when the peak is going to happen. Okay, so you work, and if you look at the nature, if you look at the spring, the summer, the winter, so align yourself up with nature, right? So I look at, like for me, this time of the year is my favorite time because when it gets dark earlier, and Thanksgiving is coming up and all that stuff, and so I'm just planning and strategizing and thinking, okay, here's what happened Q1, Q2, Q3, and then so what do I not want to take forward into 2020? What do I need to eliminate? Who do I need to get rid of? I have subscriptions to all kinds of stuff that I'm getting rid of some of these subscriptions that I don't need anymore. Because even though they're $27, but that adds up. Next you're paying $2,000 a month just in subscription fees. And you have to reevaluate, why do I need these tools if I'm not using them? Right? So money in, money out. You control your money coming in and out. So 90 days. So you have to plan, because right now, what's going to be hot is the interest rates, they're saying it's going to drop again by December. Okay? So we know the rates right now are about 3.5%. Okay? So how can you line yourself with money? Right? Call other banks, talk to banks, find out who's got the cheapest amount of money, and leverage that. And so one of the things I did is I started researching gap funding and second position mortgages. So I found a couple of people out of California and Seattle and the Midwest that would do second position mortgages and gap funding. So if you get your first LTV at 80%, and a lot of the hard money lenders and banks will require you to bring 20% to the table, 25%, now you can pick up a second gap funding person that will help you with 15 to 20, so you're really only coming out of your pocket with 5 cents on a deal. Okay? So, because the rates are going low, there's a lot of hard money lenders out there, they're dying for deals. They're hurting for deals. But there's a lot of money available. There's a whole lot of money available. And what I found out is the 4 states that matter. So you have California, you have Texas, okay, you have New York, and then you have Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is where all the laws are written and the Congress that steals our money is written. California is where they all retire to go to still run the country. And Texas is where all the old oil money is. There's a lot of money there. So between California, Texas, D.C., and New York, if you understand the movement of money and the movement of transactions, and you follow this, like somebody was saying earlier, when there's a decision made in California for housing, it will trickle down. It'll trickle down to the inner cities, to Baltimore, to Detroit. They test these products. They test them. Because when you're living in Bethesda, what I call A, B neighborhoods, they don't get impacted as much as C, D, E neighborhoods. Okay?
But what they do, the government comes out with these programs, and they go into these bottom neighborhoods, they call, redlining, right? So they do that.